Is this thing on? Oh, okay, great. Hi, my name is Scott. This is the actual Joe the Crow. My name is Scott Chafee. I'm from Appleton, Wisconsin. And as a child, my neighbor had a pet crow. One of those big, black, nasty, beady-eyed crows that you see. That we talk about a murder of crow, or picking at the garbage, or cawing out there in the trees. And he had one of these birds that somehow took a liking to me as a little kid. And the bird learned to talk. And he would say things like, "Hi, Scott," and "Can I dance for you?" and "Woo," and stuff like that. And we didn't have recording devices back then. But it's true. He did not. I was not the only one who heard him talk. There's many people that heard this bird talk. And he was a crow. And as we know about crows, they are very intelligent animals. This one was one of the smartest. So I would like to tell the story of Joe the Crow. If you could sit back and enjoy this with me for a moment. One dark and windy night, atop the tallest tree in sight, Mo and Flo Crow were busy talking and getting ready for the show. "It's dark and windy. Please stay low," they both told their son Joe. "Be safe, don't fall, and if you need us, just call." Alone at last, to do as I please, Joe hopped up and up to the peak of the trees. He looked all around as far as the eye could see. The world looked so huge from the top of the trees. All of a sudden, a really big gust blew. The wind was so strong. "Oh no," thought Joe, "what should I do?" He knew he'd be falling. He couldn't hang on long. Joe tried to hop down, but the wind was too strong. Joe flapped and he flapped. He gave flying a try, but he knew in his head he was too young to fly. Joe fell from the treetops down to the ground. "Oh no," he thought, "I'll never be found." Joe hit the ground so hard he nearly broke his neck. He wiggled his head to make sure his beak was in check. He had a broken wing and a broken leg. Oh, what a wreck! I know, Peanut, right? Joe was scared and hurt. He was hungry and thirsty and covered in dirt. He cawed and he cawed with all of his might, but it was hopeless. There wasn't another crow in sight. Wait, listen, what was that? Someone's approaching, a dog and a man in a hat. The man reached down and picked Joe up. He said, "My name is Earl, and this is Kaiser, my pup." With Joe in his hat and Kaiser by his feet, Earl hurried home thinking, "My own crow, how neat." Earl bandaged Joe up and he gave him something to eat. He built Joe a home with water and heat. Joe could sleep inside at night and hang outside all day, where he loved to watch Kaiser and the neighbor kids play. Joe loved his new home and all his new friends. There was Megan and Scott, Sienna, Parker, and Preston. He danced and he sang, he cawed as he played. Joe felt all the love from the new friends he made. Then one day, just out of the blue, Joe learned to talk, just like me and you. Only a few words, Joe couldn't say a lot, but as the kids all ran by, Joe called out, "Hi, Scott." "Hi, Scott, hi, Scott," was all Joe would say. "Hi, Scott, hi, Scott," he repeated all day. Amazing, unreal, Scott thought. Could this really be true? Joe the Crow was talking. What else could he do? Could he help me with homework? Could he clean up my room? Could he take out the trash or handle the vacuum? Earl and the neighbors, they all gathered round, but with everyone staring, Joe couldn't make a sound. "Oh no," thought Joe, "here's my big shot. One last try, I'll give it all that I've got." Joe took a deep breath and found just the right spot. He stood up real tall and he called out, "Hi, Scott." "Hi, Scott, hi, Scott." Joe called out twice more and hopped down to Scott, who was just barely 4. "Hi, Scott, hi, Scott. What else can I do?" Joe pecked at his laces and undid Scott's shoe. Everyone laughed. It looked like Kaiser did too. The other one, they cheered. "Undo the other shoe." Joe pecked at the laces and pulled them apart, but he couldn't tie them up. He wasn't that smart. Joe followed Scott from that morning on. It was like Scott was the dad and Joe was his son. In the sandbox, on the play set, and even the pool, Joe followed Scott everywhere but school. One day, with Earl in the garden and Kaiser soaking up some sun, Joe was bored. He wanted to do something fun. Joe was thinking of Scott, and he thought it'd be cool if he was to show up and surprise Scott at school. Joe felt really smart as he hopped down the street, excited with anticipation of all the people he'd meet. He followed some kids thinking the school would be near, but with so many people, I'll never find Scott, Joe feared. He needed a better look, so he hopped up a tree. He hopped to the tippy top, that was the key. The perfect view, and he found the right spot. Joe looked everywhere, but he couldn't spot Scott. Scott was nowhere in sight, right, Peanut? How could that be? And then the bell rang, and it was just Joe in the tree. I'm alone, thought Joe. This isn't cool. Little did he know, he was at the wrong school. Oh no, thought Joe, what should I do? Which way was home? He didn't have a clue. He looked all around at all he could see. Nothing looked familiar. He was lost as could be. Lost and alone, just as he feared, when all of a sudden Earl, Scott, and Kaiser appeared. Hi, Scott! Hi, Scott! Joe called again and again. Hi, Scott! Hi, Scott! I'm safe by my friend. Joe flew down to Scott, and they all got in the van. And once everyone was seated, Earl said, Joe, don't do that again. Then one day, while playing in the sand, Joe spotted two crows. They were trying to land. It was Joe's parents, Mo and Flo Crow. We missed you, dear son. Where did you go? Joe told all his stories from beginning to end. He introduced Earl and Kaiser and Scott, his best friend. Joe cawed, hi, Scott, and undid Scott's shoes. He cawed over at Earl and once at Kaiser, too. As the Crow family left, they promised to return. But Joe knew some words Mo and Flo wanted to learn. That is the ending of the first book. I'm working with an illustrator, Tiffany Vobble. She has done some excellent work you can see already. I would love for any support. You can see a link here to help us out. I would love to get Joe the Crow going out there. I don't know what I have to do it. I will make a shout out to the Milwaukee Brewers and Bob Uecker to help it out. I will do a shout out to Jordy Nelson and the Packers to do it. I don't know if I need to take this shirt off and yell it out to all the Marines out there to help get this done. I don't know if I need to pick up our harmonica and do a dance to help get this done, or do I need to actually sit down with an old accordion and get this Joe the Crow done. I'm not sure, but what I do know is as a team, we can do it. I need your help. Please help me make Joe the Crow the next best thing there is. Why not? It's a true story here from Appleton, Wisconsin. Thank you.